Hi, I'm Steph, and today I'm going to share about my carabiner collection and how I use each one. Now these are going to be more everyday carabiners, not the kind that you would use for rock climbing or securing yourself to equipment. These are just things that you'd use on an everyday basis. Now I do want to show that there are a lot of different types and sizes. Now this is probably the most traditional carabiner that most people are used to seeing. This is usually called a D-ring, and this is what I have used most of my life for different uses. But recently I became aware of this, and this is called an S-biner, and it basically has a hook on both sides, so you can hook things secure to one side and then you can open the other side without having to undo the other item. So this one I've actually used fairly recently. I will put it on my bag that I use to walk with my dog, and sometimes when we're out in the woods and hiking, I will actually attach her leash to this so I can go hands-free, and then I can take her off really easily without having to take the clip off the bag. Now the reason I'm aware of S-biners is because I actually purchased this small one right here because when I first got a dog, I needed a way to carry the poop bags when I was in the woods when they had something in them before I found a trash can. So I will hook this to the leash, and then on the other side I can put a poop bag with the item in it, and then when I get to a trash can I can easily take it off and then put it in the trash can. So those are two really good uses of S-biners in my dog world. I also will sometimes attach the water bottle with an S-biner, so I always try to have a couple of them on the leash because they're really useful for a lot of items. Now, a lot of people use carabiners for outdoor uses, and I am no exception to that. But why don't we talk about the two big carabiners, because they are definitely make a name for themselves. So this one is a very large carabiner, and I will say it's made really well. And a lot of these are actually made by the company called Night Eyes, and I became familiar with them when like I said, when I first got the S-biner, and they make a lot of different products, but a lot of carabiner type products. So this large one I actually will use to hook a lot of bags too. So when I go like kayak camping, for example, I have a lot of small bags, and so I can attach them all to here and carry them all with one hand instead of having to try to navigate all those bags. You could also put like bags from the grocery store on them. Anytime you have a lot of items that you just need to attach together, this is a great one. It's also good in the garage for cables and different rope and things like that, but I mostly use it for outdoors use. And then this one right here is actually very similar. I use it for pretty much the same items, but what's nice is it has a little cushion here at the top, so it's a little bit softer when you're carrying something, but you can just hook stuff right to it, and then you have this handle. And it also works for just regular carabiner items, so if you wanted to attach a water bottle to it, you could do that. It does have multiple purposes, which is nice. And when I kayak, I definitely use a lot of S-biners, so this is one of my dry bags that I use when I kayak. And you can see there is a carabiner right here, and there's one right here on the corner. And so when I have my bag in my kayak, I always try to attach it to some point on the kayak in case I was to fall out, then the bag would stay in the kayak. I also, if I'm kayaking on something that has deck lines on the top, I will attach it to those, and that's how it will be secure on the top of the kayak. And Night Eyes makes metal carabiners, which these are nice and they feel really secure and really well made. But I have had an issue with some of them is losing paint, which is kind of annoying, so it's chipping off. And I like to use the plastic ones when I'm kayaking and when I do like outdoorsy stuff, because they feel just like if they get wet, they're not going to rust or paint is not going to come off of them. So I have both kinds. And actually right behind me, this is a camp line that Night Eyes makes, and it comes with S-biners on it, and those are all plastic. So that's how I have a lot of the plastic S-biners, because it came all on that line. And I will use that when I'm camping. So I've used it when I went kayak camping. I held all my gear on it. And then when I went camping at a campsite, I was able to hold gear on it. So it's really useful for attaching things too. This is basically a carabiner that has a hook on it. Basically, if you want to attach something that stays attached, but then you want to be able to easily take something on and off, that's what this is for. So I've been using this in my backyard. I will set up a campfire, and I have a little stake in the ground where I can attach things to it. And so I've been using this for my speaker. So I can take it on and off really easily. And then when I am using my gloves for the fire, I can easily take them on and off on this hook carabiner. So there's a lot of uses for it. Also in the garage, if you want to hook something on but have easy access to take it on and off, you can use it for the hook carabiners as well. And then there's some specialty carabiners. This one is one that you can hook a rope to so you don't have to knot it. And then you can have like a secure hold with that and connect the rope to something with the end of the carabiner. And then you have something like this, which is just pretty much a typical carabiner. And I really just bought this one because I like the look of it. It was really pretty. But actually Black Diamond is a company that makes actual rock climbing equipment, which is where carabiners basically come from. And I will use that to hook my water bottle to a bag or hook my water bottle to my kayak. And then I found this one recently, and this is kind of nice. It's actually a locking carabiner, so you can use it for all of the carabiner uses, but then there is a lock and key here that you can lock this and it won't go anywhere. So if you needed to just do a very minimal locking of something, like if you needed to lock your bag in some way, you can easily lock it up here. I actually think this would be good when I am skiing. I can lock my skis up, just a little deterrent. Obviously, it's not like the most secure lock, but it would work for just deterring someone, I think. And ever since I have been able to drive a car, I've had my keys on a carabiner, and I used to have just, you know, the very traditional carabiner, but I have through the years found different types, and the one that I'm using right now is this one, and I really like this one. It has basically a ring that you can undo easily and put your keys on, and then the carabiner is right here at the top. So this one is just a very simple, I like to have simplicity to my keys these days. And I've really enjoyed having this carabiner, and it's worked pretty well. It is starting to peel a little bit, so that's not, you know, the best, but I've had this one for a couple years, so it happens. And then probably the most unique carabiner that I have is this one, and this is actually something that I use to hang my bag when I travel. So you unfold it, and you can attach a bag or anything to it, and then you can hang it from a location with this hook. And it's really well made, it's really heavy duty, never broke it, and it's just easy to have in a bag, and you can also use it just like a regular carabiner. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this one. So that is my carabiner collection. I definitely have some more, and I use them in a lot of different ways, but I just kind of wanted to share because I really like useful things, and these are very useful, and it's always good to have them around to hook things together. You know, that's what they do. So thanks for joining, and if you have some more carabiners that you like or uses, let me know in the comments below, and I'll have links to all the ones I talked about today, and you can check those out and pick them up for yourself. And thanks for joining, and I hope you have a great day.